This is another edition of MBC Exclusive. My name is Alinathi Mlamba. My guest today is Dr. Joseph Chidanti Malunga. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Alinathi.
You have been out of the public eye for quite some time, I should say, since you left the Tobacco Commission. What have you been up to?
It depends where you've been looking. Otherwise, the people that have been seeing me all the time. But I'm here. I'm in Malawi, doing my own things, and yeah, I'm here. It's just that I haven't been very active, and probably that's the reason why you're saying I've been out. But I've been in Malawi.
Let us reflect at your time with the Tobacco Commission. How do you assess your performance?
Well, I think I would say that it's unprecedented, because you recall that when I was joining the Commission in 2021, pretty much everyone in this country had lost hope about tobacco. Nobody would give a chance that tobacco would be, once again, the main contributor of the economy of this country. Everyone thought it was a forgotten crop. But when we went there, I first of all had to build a team that would resonate very well with my vision and what I want the Tobacco Commission to be. So we started looking at what are the issues, why was the industry going down? And there's a number of issues that we found out. Basically, is that where we were not listening to our customers. Tobacco is a global crop. It's not like we grow it in Malawi and they use it in Malawi. We grow it in Malawi. Our customers are international. And therefore, there are standards that we have to follow to produce the crop, which for a long time we've not been able to do that. The issues like child labor, the issues like taking care of the environment and all those things. So we said, if we want to continue with this business, definitely we need to listen to what the customer is looking for. So that is what we campaign on. We campaign on make sure that we listen to the customer, and that's why you see that 3 years down the line, as we speak today, the prices of tobacco, they have never been there. They've never been before. So I'm very proud that I left the Commission at the status of where it is right now.
You were suspended in 2023 over fraud allegations. What explanation do you give Malawians?
No, I was not suspended. I think it was just some media speculation. I was not suspended. I've never been suspended.
Do you refuse that you were not suspended at that particular time?
No, I was not.
So what explanation do you give Malawians? What exactly happened?
Well, I just saw in the media that I was suspended, but I never got suspended. The thing is that my contract ended somewhere around 1st February this year, but at that time there was no board. So they had to wait for a board, which was appointed later, and then they extended my contract by, I think, 3 months, and it ended on 30th April. So I finished because my contract ended.
So there were quite a number of challenges, as you mentioned, that you faced with the Commission. And do you have any regrets about taking your role as the head of the Commission at that particular time?
I don't have any regrets whatsoever. I made a lot of friends, and particularly, like putting the industry where it is right now. The industry has never been closer to the customer than what it is today. So I'm very proud of that, so I don't regret whatsoever.
Dr. Malunga, you're widely known as a politician, yet you left the political scene in what people might say abruptly. So let's just look back. Do you regret that decision?
No. Well, regret. You're using the wrong word. You can be anything that you want in life. You can be a politician, you can be a professional. It depends on what is correct for you at that moment. There was a time in 2018 when I was a member of parliament, when we felt that there was something wrong in the way that this country was being managed at that time. And I was one of the people that participated in the formulation of what we used to call Chidima movement at that time, which later transformed into UTM today. So the things that we saw that were not going the way we thought the country should be going. And I became part of that. But when we fought for this later on in 2020, I was appointed as CEO. So I had to leave politics and join the corporate world, because you cannot do corporate world and then do politics as well. So that's why I was absent on the political side. But otherwise, I am a professional, much as I am a politician, but I'm also a professional in my own field. So I can handle both politics and the profession as well.
You're a man of quite a number of characters, but if one would describe you, who would they say Dr. Joseph Chidanti Malunga is as of today?
I also find it very difficult to define myself. I'm a profession, as I said. I was trained as a civil engineer, and then I had subsequent degrees in agriculture engineering, and then I went to Luana, where I was lecturing. In about 2014, that's when I began to have ambitions to become a politician. Then I was elected in my own constituency. So you see that I start as an irrigation engineer, and then I become a politician. And then after that, briefly, I went to become a CEO for a Tobacco Commission. So I don't know what I'm going to become after this. So I also find it difficult for me to say who exactly am I. So, yeah.
You were very close to the late Vice President, Dr. Saulos Chilima, with reports that he might have influenced you joining the Tobacco Commission. How true is this?
No, extremely, it's not true. Extremely not true. There was an advert that was floated in the papers that they're looking for a CEO for the Tobacco Commission, which I applied. And I went through interviews, and I'm proud that I became number one in that interview.
UTM, the party you left, is currently facing problems. What do you think is causing all this?
Well, the problem that you see now, it's unfortunate that you see them now, because these problems have been there before. And this is where I really think that we had, leadership with a vision. Dr. Chidima has seen this, even when he was alive. People quarreling, people doing this, people doing that, but you could stand there and condemn it, and things would not go out. But now that he's gone, that's why you see these things coming out. But I think these things have been there before.
They have been there before?
Yeah, they've been there before.
So how are they being resolved, apart from him coming out to say this is wrong and this is right?
Yeah, how they were being resolved is that they were treated as in-house issues. It's just like a family. It's not that every day it's milk and honey, but sometimes you go offside and you quarrel. So these misunderstandings that have been there in our party. But because we had strong leadership, and also the vice president, who is the president of UTM right now, is also a man of understanding, who do understand, and still kept things under wraps behind, inside our house, and we continue going. But I think the trigger is the demise of the late president of UTM. What has triggered all this? That's why you see these things coming out. But these things were there, and it's for us that have been in UTM. We're not surprised that we have this, and we hope that there must be a way of how we can solve these things and move forward.
With that said, are you returning to politics?
I am considering a comeback, and I've expressed interest to contest in the upcoming National Elective Conference, convention.
You're returning to the UTM?
Yes, because I've been UTM, so I'm returning to UTM. I was the first spokesperson. Now I want to vie for Secretary General position.
In case you're just tuning in, this is MBC Exclusive. My name is Alinath Mlamba, and my guest today is Dr. Joseph Chidanti Malunga. We'll be back after this short break. Welcome back. This is MBC Exclusive. My name is Alinath Mlamba, and my guest today is Dr. Joseph Chidanti Malunga. So you are returning to the UTM amid all this chaos that is happening in the party. Why UTM?
Well, it's the party where I participated in the formulation. I participated in pretty much what it is today. So I didn't leave the party, just went to a different world. And by coming back, I certainly have to go back to the same party.
With the convention coming and the elections coming, despite all these wrangles that are happening in the party, do you think UTM will be able to organize itself and then say, yes, we can make it in 2025?
Yeah, organization starts with obeying the law, like I said. Let's all listen to the law, and the law says, if this happens, then this happens, yeah? The next thing you do is to go to a convention where people are going to elect the people they want. So once you get elected, they become what you are, and it becomes UTM as it goes. But the noise before the convention and the diverging from what the Constitution says is what we say is not entirely right. It is wrong, because we have seen a number of things that happened. For example, the announcement of saying we are out of the Tonse Alliance. Yeah, because UTM has got the structures. Yeah, you have a central committee, what they call CC, and then you have NEC. So the flow of information is that the few people at the central committee who hatch an idea, they make a proposal that this is what we want. And at that time, the proposal was we should pull out of the alliance. Yeah? And then when you make that proposal, you call for NEC. Yeah? The president and the secretary general have to call for NEC. When NEC comes, because NEC is a bigger group now, then you present your proposal. The proposal is that we would like to pull out of the alliance. Yeah? With reasons. Yeah? Then people deliberate. Do we have to pull out or not? But what we saw is that they make a proposal, and immediately they went on television or media and say we have put out. I think that is, I have to emphasize that. That is completely unconstitutional. That's not how things are done. You at the CC, you make a proposal, and then you call for NEC, and then present the proposal. NEC will ratify it or reject it. They can reject and say, no, we don't agree with this. Now, when you say we have made this decision without even telling NEC, and you're already on radio, basically what you're saying, you are rubbishing your own NEC. NEC is rubbished, it doesn't have to exist. So breaking constitution again, breaking what the constitution says, I think that is not correct. And the other thing, a few days ago, we also saw CC meeting, and immediately, a few days later, there was an announcement that there's a convention coming. Not that a convention is a bad thing, we want convention anyway, because that's where you get elected. But what we're saying is, let's follow the procedure. The procedure is that that decision, again, was hashed at CC level, and then it has to go to NEC. NEC, you deliberate it. But even then, you really have to have all the information packaged. Like, where are you going to do the convention, how much money you're going to spend, who is going to be the financer, the procedures of getting the nomination forms, all those things line up. And that is what you announce. So that when you make an announcement, you have the whole package line up for the people that are listening to follow or understand what you want to do. But you just go there and say, oh, we're going to go on a convention.
Will it be wrong to say there is no order in the UTM?
Right now, I would say so, because people are just working out. I have been a publicity secretary, like I said earlier. For you to go on national television and tell people about your party, you have to discuss it with your president. The president has to give you a blessing because you're speaking for the party. You're speaking for everyone else in the party. So what you tell people is what you have agreed with your president. But in this case, we see that the decisions are just being made and people just waking up and say whatever they want. I think this is the order that we want to bring. And you asked me a question earlier why I'm going back. Because of these issues that I think there's no order. It needs people that are sober. It needs people that know what they're doing. It needs people that can really carry, grow the UTM the way the founding principles have been.
Amid all these, amid all the wrangles and everything, who do you think is responsible?
For the wrangles? No, I'm not going to mention anyone who's responsible. But I told you earlier that these issues have been there before. It's just that they needed something to break, and there it is. So that's what has happened. The two persons, as I said, the first person is our late president. May he so again rest in peace. He was the one that we were trying to make sure that there's order in the party, and he. With his vice president, who I believe has also enjoyed a lot in all these things. So there isn't really like who starts this, but I think you are in this you are in a situation where you know that there's a problem, but you really have to live with it. You know what I mean? You have to live with the problem until one point, actually believing that at one point you're going to solve it. But if the person that is really making sure that the things are in order leaves, like in our case, then that's why you see things erupting the way they have.
How was the late president running the party?
Well, first of all, he was a man of principle. Yeah, he knew the Constitution very well. I've been to meetings with him where he will remind you of what the Constitution is saying. So he wouldn't do anything outside the Constitution. If he wanted, he would definitely ask, how do we do this? Do we bring this to NEC to ratify and all that? So always he was referring to the Constitution. And he referred to the party structures as well. Like I said, you have CC on top and then NEC down there. So that was him. And he also believed in newness, creativity. If you have a very good idea that has never been paraded somewhere, you welcome the idea. So he's a man that would want ideas to come either in a CC or a NEC, but he was very welcoming. He would not rubbish you, even if it is a rubbish idea, he would not tell you point outright, but they still accept and move on.
So where is all this confusion coming from? Because not once, not twice, but several times we have seen the party not going according to the Constitution.
Well, where is this coming from? Certainly there are people that are trying to create confusion by bringing in things that sometimes because they don't know, but I think sometimes because they just want to confuse things. Maybe for power sometimes, to show that they are in power, and I don't know really, but I think it's people that are just confusing our party. Otherwise, all of us, if we were following the Constitution, I would tell you there would be order. There would be order, and nobody would be in a situation where they are right now. But I think because people have chosen not to listen to the Constitution, not to talk, not to take care of what the Constitution is saying.
You as Dr. Joseph Chidanti Malunga,
yes.
What have you done to ensure that there is unity in the party?
To ensure that there's unity in the party. As a founding member, certainly, I have the privilege to talk to pretty much everyone. in the party. I've talked to everyone, trying to come together to calm the situation and say we need to be sober. We don't have to listen to our emotions. We don't have to be fighting all the time, even though the fight has been there. But we needed to show the public that we are credible as a party. I have tried as a person.
As a founding member, are you not failing other members? Because this seems to be going on, ongoing as we speak.
Well, there's a mile you can go. You can negotiate. You can pump sense, but at the end of the day, it still remains with the individual to say whether what I've heard is the correct thing or not. Yeah, we know conflicts around the world where people are trying to bring peace and all those things, but later you see that people are still fighting. So it is politics, that's what politics is all about, unfortunately, but I don't think I'm failing anyone, but I'm trying my part as well.
Dr. Malunga, some might perceive your ambition as a professional and as a politician as driven by the desire for power. How do you respond to those who view you as a power-hungry person?
If it is about power, I would contest to become a president of the party.
Are you power-hungry? I'm
not power-hungry. I'm not contesting to become a president, by the way. I'm not contesting to become a president. There are people that are contesting to become president. I'm going to contest to become a secretary general, which is okay. I was a publicity secretary. I don't think I want to be a publicity secretary anymore.
Which position are you vying for this time around?
Secretary General.
Why?
Well,
of all positions.
Of all positions. I think I would be a catalyst for all these rumbles that you're talking about. Catalyst to bring the factions together, to bring sanity in the party, to bring back the glory of the party, to bring back the confidence that people have, hope for young people, because our party, majority of our members are young people, people that have the age below my age. So most of us are confused right now. They don't know which direction the UTM is going. So we need someone who can come out there and give direction. Apart from whoever is going to be the president, but I think at the lower level, you need a secretary general also who knows what they're doing, how to propel the party into prosperity.
Do you have what it takes to be
to do secretary? That? Extremely, yeah. I just gave you my trail a few minutes ago, how I transformed the Tobacco County Commission, and I've been a member of parliament, by the way. So I know how I can blend my legislative skills and the skills that I've earned elsewhere to become a Secretary General of the caliber of UTM.
Dr. Malunga, it was nice having you in this edition.
Thank you so much, Alinath.
With that, we've come to the end of this edition of MBC Exclusive. My name is Alinath Mlamba, and my guest today was Dr. Joseph Chidanti Malunga. Until next time, goodbye.